Keep in mind that technically there are no rules to commentating, and
except for it has to be a commentary, but, you know.
that I will not listen to those who use ad hominem.
In other words, I will not listen to those who are kinda mean to me and make jokes at me. Oh, in which case, he's not listening to me, let's face it.
For more information on what ad hominem is, go
To your local library,
to the wiki.
which is basically your local library. Okay, I have to ask, is that like part of a music from another song? Because if so, what song? Because it's the most generic rock music I've ever heard. I don't know, is it just me?
Hello YouTubers, this is Joshua8428 speaking. In this commentary, I'll be commentating on Ryan Mills. Yes, I'm going to be doing another commentary on a bot member.
I don't see how that's relevant, but...
It's going to be a commentary on his commentary on Among Commons commentary on Peanut Butter Gamer.
Okay, is it just me or is Josh mumbling a lot throughout this video? He's just like... This is me, Joshua. He sounds like a dog.
Or in this case, MatPat. Now my comment is an
Even though the video is uploaded to Peanut Butter Gamer's channel...
interesting YouTuber. Not only he's an analyst, but he's a
I'm sorry, he's what?
commentator. In fact, he's so good of a commentator, it's hard to find flaws in his commentaries. This commentary in particular, I didn't have much trouble, but apparently Ryan had a problem with it. I'm just going to give my 2 cents on the subject for the sake of entertainment and education. Oh yeah, it's on the subject of Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, so spoilers if you haven't played it. Now with that out of the way, let's dive in.
Okay, well, what's with the random change there, dude? But anyway, that took us over a minute to get to the actual commentary. Over a minute.
You know what, MatPat? All this negativity's starting to get me down, so I'm gonna change it up a bit. There's a really amazing item, no, the best item ever made in The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, and I'm gonna help you get it.
Alright, sounds great, let's get started.
So the first thing you need to do is get 1,000 rubies. Get on it. Perfect! Now donate the money to Mallow Mart in Kakariko Village. Excellent! Now get 2,000 more.
What? You've gotta be kidding me. I said I'd do a video with you, but I never agreed to do any of this garbage grinding.
Warning! Warning! Bullshitter alert!
Okay, first we need a little context on this. The 1,000 rupees are used to also repair the bridge between Hyrule Castle and Hyrule Field, so there's more than just getting a magic armor to your donations. Secondly, you don't need to get 2,000 more rupees to get to the next part. The game actually makes it easier for you. All you gotta do is a little side quest involving hot spring water and Gourd Lake's sun, and then you're only required to give 200 more rupees. In addition, while doing so, you also get a heart piece.
Okay, now while I will sort of admit that this is somewhat of a valid point now, this is only somewhat of a valid point until you bring up what MatPat and PPG say later.
Keep this in mind. We'll be getting to it soon.
Sorry, I forgot. I wasn't paying attention.
Alright, Matt, you've earned yourself the best item ever. The magic armor that prevents you from taking damage.
Wait, what is this? Why am I walking so slowly?
Wow, manga, you actually made an extremely valid point. You know who else agrees that this is a valid point? The video, as soon as you cut back to it.
Oh, well, you need rupees for it to work, duh.
Implying that MatPat's statement was to build up to PPG's explanation, making your interjection extremely petty and invalid at best.
But isn't it stupid that MatPat asked the question when there were directions on how it works?
No, because it was setting up Peanut Butter Gamer explaining it.
It's like listening to the teacher on how it works when the teacher gave you directions on how to do it. So,
What? What if she said the directions, though? I don't get your point.
I'll say the student may not know how to read, but
I have no clue what he just said there.
what if they can or chose to ignore the directions?
Well, then they're stupid.
I think that's what Moncon was trying to say.
Considering this makes you practically invincible to almost attack
If this was what he was trying to say, he would have said it.
in the game, there has to be a balance to it.
Their problem wasn't with it being balanced, it was how it was balanced. Again, as MatPat said, even if you happen to lower 2,000 rupees to 200, you still spend a decent amount of your rupees only to get an item that drains rupees. And not only does it drain rupees, it drains rupees that you may or may not need to get items, progression methods, etc. Meaning that it is a sacrifice to a fault. And this is why I said your first point is mute at best. Because the amount they paid still leads to a bigger issue of the payoff and the item being counterproductive. Oh, but can you think of a better way to balance it, I hear you say? Yes. How about give it a small to moderate set of uses before switch back to the normal tunic by default, and then gives the magic armor a cooldown? Or heck, add a magic meter. A magic meter isn't too out of place in a Zelda game. Why not just have it run on a magic meter?
Okay, now you're just nitpicking the balance of the armor.
No, he was saying this is how it could have been done better.
1, 2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Isn't there a side mission where you collect all the Pole Souls to free a person's soul, and the reward for doing so is that you get 200 rupees every time you come in and out of the guy's house? So there you go. You got something that will help with the balance.
And that by default means that it's no longer a problem, because I guess that's how logic works.
This is made even more moot because of the recent HD release. Because you can get the Giant's Wallet, which can hold 2,000 rupees, or even the Colossal Wallet, which holds over 9,000 rupees.
Hello, viewing audience, and welcome to What's Wrong with This Statement? The statement on the table today is, your point is moot because of the remake. Is this point stupid because A, just because it was fixed in the remake doesn't mean it's still not a problem in the original. B, it's expecting a video made in November of 2015 to know about a game made in March of 2016. C, these pants are too tight, signifying that I should either buy new pants or lose weight. Or D, all of the above. If you chose D, yes, of course that's the answer. BRB, getting new pants.
Or you could just listen a little.
Please never say that ever again.
But in all seriousness, wasn't MatPat holding a Wii U gamepad?
And that by default means he has the Wii U remake, because Wii U gamepads have the ability to go into the future. I think. Even then, that's ignoring the fact that Wii U's can play Wii games, and that just because what they're doing in that scene doesn't mean they're doing it in the actual video. It doesn't mean they're actually doing said thing in the continuity of the review. By that logic, Peanut Butter Gamer would have telekinesis because he's just standing there. He's not playing the game. He's standing there doing nothing. So it's the conspiracy.
There seems to be inconsistency in what he's talking about. So let me ask you this.
There's no inconsistency if you're familiar with how time works.
Are you sure this is moot? And I'll end it
Yes, he seemed pretty sure.
right here. Final thoughts. This is mostly a bad commentary. While you did bring up a good point, the rest makes me question whether or not you did your research, you paid attention, or knew what he was talking about. I think finding flaws in Monocom's commentaries is hard. I think it's best that you work on finding actual flaws.
So basically, you criticized the commentator I like, and that made me upset. Why? So overall, I don't know. And I don't know if you know. That's really it. I'm Ephrom Joe, and I'm